All right, so I have a story for you, and it comes from a family member. Um, and I'll start it off like this, just to make it kind of anonymous, right? Company A and Company B. Let's start with that. Company A and Company B did not like each other, and I'll explain. There are two stories tied to this. I may tell a third one, but I don't know. Probably just two, just to make the video short. Company B made their money off of one business entity. Okay. And this business entity was a cash cow. It made them millions in revenue. Well, Company B, the decision was made that they would not have this business entity that was making them millions. It would go to Company A. Well, Company B hated Company A, right? There were rivals. They could never work together. And I saw it live and I saw it firsthand. I can tell you between, and this is what I can remember, I'd say around 1990 to 2003. Uh, Safe to say. 1990 to 2003. These two entities hated each other. They would not work with each other. There were certain things they would work with each other on because it benefited both parties. But a lot of times, no, right? Um, Anyways, in the 80s, they had this happen, right? They had Business B or Company A was set to take the business entity from Company B. Company B had a lifetime supply of widgets. So, what Company B did, right? They were overseas, so it was a little bit different. What they did was they sold all that off to the natives, the home country people, right? And in turn, those home country people sold it on the black market, and they did that just to screw off freaking Company A. They said, "No, we're going to screw Company A." What's funny about this story is when Company A took this business entity over, they were losing money because they did not run it right for a couple years. Then somebody came in and said, no, let's go ahead and revert this back to what it was and then add this stuff in it. And then it eventually got the ball rolling. The second time I saw this with my own eyes, well, I didn't see the first part, right? Because I wasn't, when this happened, I was not even born. The second part I saw. I was with my family member. We were overseas. We were in this, I'd say club, right? This club had a basement, and there was this weird wall. You would go into that basement, and then there's this weird wall, and I'm saying, what's that weird wall? I always wondered, right? And then I saw firsthand. Now I might have not been there. Maybe I dreamt it, but it did happen. It did happen, right? Because I did confirm. What they did was they tore down that wall. It was a false wall. It was built there for a purpose. Now, you can see where this is going to lead, hopefully, right? So, somewhere in the 90s, maybe in the 80s, Company A was trying to get that business entity into Company B's club or business entity, whatever, right? But let's just call it a club just to make it more clear. So, they went to this area and they said, okay, this is the dimensions that we need. And Company A was really strict on that. They wanted, there were certain dimensions that their business entity had to have. Well, Company B wouldn't have any of that. They said, "You're not going to take our space away." Company B really didn't have a choice at that point, though. The decision was already made, from what I understand or remember. So what Company B did was kind of smart. It was kind of smart and it was kind of dumb. And I'll explain it in a second. For them not to lose that space, they built a false wall. But years later, it came fruition that if they had put that business entity in there, the one they had, lost years ago, had they done that, it would have made the club money, which is freaking hilarious when you think about it, right? Like, it's insane. It's insane, like the steps rivals will take, uh, even if it costs them money. It's crazy. It's freaking insane and crazy. But anyways, I thought those were two funny stories because there's just that is pettiness to the freaking nth degree, man. Like, how do you even do that? Like, ugh. But anyways,